How long would humans be able to sustain themselves if the Earth suddenly stopped raining? On the first day of rainfall cessation, although it looks like nothing has changed as usual, danger is already looming. On the 10th day after the rain stopped falling, global temperatures began to rise. Rivers and lakes began to shrink and sea levels began to drop. 1 month after the Earth stopped receiving rain, mankind began to realize that an unprecedented disaster was upon us. The world immediately convened an emergency meeting to discuss what to do and try to figure out why it stopped raining. A year after it stopped raining, terrible cracks appeared across the globe due to the drought. Most crops will wither and many plants will disappear. Photosynthesis will plummet by 50%, and there will only be enough oxygen left to last 100 years. When the Earth stops getting rain for 2 years, the global food chain begins to collapse. Herbivores are becoming extinct, and carnivores are dying out due to food shortages. When the planet stops getting rain for 3 years, there is very little fresh water left. In order to survive, humans had to use the oceans to extract salt and make fresh water. When it stopped raining for 4 years, the oceans began to dry up, and marine life was stranded and died. Lack of power from the source of water flow disrupts a large number of hydroelectric power generation facilities. Human society begins to collapse due to the global power shortage. 5 years after the Earth stopped receiving rain, in response to the devastation caused by the lack of rainfall, new types of power generation, such as wind power and solar power, were gradually adopted to ensure the normal functioning of human civilization, and salvage irrigation of fields that were important for vegetables to ensure a source of food. When the Earth stops receiving rainfall for 6 years, 99% of all plants will disappear. Photosynthesis will stop completely, and no oxygen will be produced. As the concentration of carbon dioxide on Earth continues to increase, the greenhouse effect is causing the Earth's temperature to rise. For this reason, many countries have begun to build underground shelters to ensure the survival of the human race. When the Earth stops getting rain for 7 years, fresh water will be completely gone. Fresh water was chemically produced to save the last survivors. When the Earth stopped getting rain for 8 years, as temperatures continue to rise and the air becomes abnormally dry, the world's largest fires in history erupted, covering the sky with smoke and accompanied by a spike in carbon dioxide, further exacerbating the planet's greenhouse effect. When the Earth stops getting rain for 9 years, lacking vegetation, yellow sand began to fly everywhere. 90% of the Earth's land has become desert. Cities that were once bustling have long since lost their original appearance. When the Earth stopped getting rain for 10 years, as carbon dioxide soared, the sun's heat could not be released to the outside world. Over time, the Earth became a barren planet like Mars, filled with yellow sand. After only 10 years of no rainfall, the Earth has become like this. This shows how important water is to mankind. Although the total amount of water on Earth occupies 71% of the Earth's surface. But fresh water only accounts for 2% of the total water resources. In the face of increasing water scarcity, human awareness of water conservation remains unchanged. The United Nations has said that if mankind does not control and conserve the use of water, we'll run out of fresh water by 2050. And the last drop of water that mankind will see then may be its own tears.